Hello, this is Baby Lasagna, and you're watching Eurovision 365. Meow.
This is Eurovision 365. I am Podrick, and you are very welcome wherever you're watching us from. And regardless of whether you are a new or returning viewer, thanks so much for stopping by. Now we know all the 37 songs that will be performed in Malmo in May on the stage behind me. Woo! Yo! It's now tradition. I'm excited. It's now tradition for this channel to focus on the top 10 or so in the betting odds at least and answer the question, can they win? This is the last episode in this Can They Win series. Thanks for joining me so far in this series. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. I've already covered 9 other nations that were top 10 in the bookies odds at time of recording, but now it's time for the final nation under the spotlight, and that nation is Croatia. Hrvatska. Zagreb was the host city of Eurovision 1990, but that was before Croatia gained its independence, of course. Croatia took to the stage for the first time in Mill Street at Eurovision 1993 with a strangely named Put, and despite a music box style song with Victorian styling, Don't Ever Cry placed 15th at the end of the voting. Things improved somewhat in the latter half of the 1990s with some great songs such as Nostalgia and Svetal Ljubavi. I love that song, which remains my all-time favorite song from Croatia. It's incredible to think that since 2001, Croatia haven't been in the top 10 of the contest and have failed to qualify for the final almost as much as they have qualified since the introduction of the semi-finals. For me, it's another country that seems to be overlooked, and there have been many songs, in my opinion, that should have made it to the finals, such as their entries in 2010, 2013, and 2022. Despite the challenges Croatia has faced at the contest, they have remained resolute, even if they took a couple of years off following 3 non-qualifications in a row. They returned to a qualification in 2016, and this demonstrates, for me at least, the nation's commitment to the contest. Last year, well, it's fair to say my journey with Let 3 got off to a bit of a bumpy start, I have to say, and when I heard it for the first time, I gave it my lowest ever rating on first listen. I still haven't given a song as low a rating as that one, but anyway, but I grew to really like it. I did. And certainly Let 3, I did. I promise you I did. Let 3 with Mama Sh were memorable and colourful and gave a different, shall we say, performance to the more run-of-the-mill Croatian entries and didn't do them any harm, as they qualified in 8th place with a televote at the first semi-final and placed 13th at the grand final, which I think was a great achievement. 28-year-old Marco, that's my 4th time trying that, and probably still wrong, also known as Baby Lasagna, was a huge favourite to win Dora 2024 upon release of his entry. It's incredible that initially he wasn't meant to be in the lineup. He beat stiff competition Let 3, returning for the 2nd year in a row, and who had a trick up their sleeves in the form of previous 2006 Croatian representative Severina, who famously sang Moja Stikla. No more as a guitarist with the group Mantra, Marco transitioned to pursue a solo career, and thus Baby Lasagna was born. On the face of it, Tim Tagi Dim is a bit of fun, with a young lad bouncing about the stage saying, "Bye mum, bye dad, meow cat, please meow back." I have to admit, on my first listen before the first chorus of the song, I was thinking, this is just a bit of crack, as we say in Northern Ireland. That just means a bit of fun, nothing to be taken too seriously. However, there is such a poignancy with it all. There's no going back. My anxiety attacks is a nod to the pressures, stresses, and mental health struggles many face when it comes to living in general, or whether it's because the individual is literally leaving their native land for a new one. The song, I would say, is a mix of pop, techno, metal, and punk, and there's a traditional styling to Marco and the 2 backing dancers we saw at the national final. Upon its run at the national final, Croatia danced up the odds with the bookies at least, and Croatia were in pole position for a long time before Nemo from Switzerland edged Baby Lasagna off the top spot. So is it original then? Well, I think it's kind of original, but what's going for it? Well, undoubtedly. Tim Tagi Dim is an instant song. When I heard it for the first time, I did want to listen to it over and over again, unlike some of the other songs amongst the favourites to win in 2024, and I love listening to it, I really do. Although Marco admitted in one interview that if he were to find a genie in a lamp, one of his wishes would be to get rid of his stage fright, this isn't evident to me, the viewer, and he really owns the stage. So what's going against it then? Well, some have said that his live singing isn't as good, mainly due, I guess, to the amount of movement on stage by Baby Lasagna. But the chorus, which is so catchy, is a great saving point for the song, and I have a feeling he'll be even better live when it comes to being on that big stage behind me once again. Yes. Some have compared both he and his song to Karya and Cha Cha Cha, which for me is a bit like comparing Let 3 with Joker Out. They're nothing alike. Yes, they're both male and they will have represented their nations at the Eurovision Song Contest, but that's where the similarity ends. Also, there are a few contenders in the market, such as the like of Joost Klein, Windows 95 Man, Sylvester Belt, etc. But Baby Lasagna, for me at least, stands out a little bit more. Is it likely to do well with the jury then? Well, I think this is a difficult one, and while the jury could sync this song, I would imagine that if you look closely to the lyrics and the depth of Tim Tagi Dim, it could do very well indeed. I can't imagine the televoters ignoring Croatia this year. If Let 3 were able to manage 7th in the televote at the Eurovision 2023 final, then I would imagine that Baby Lasagna will do way better with a much more polished performance with a song that is less polarizing than Mama Shook was. So, with all that said and done, it's now time for my verdict. Do I think Croatia can win? I'm going to have to say yes. But you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. There is a reason I've kept Marco, also known as Baby Lasagna, to the end, and it's because this is my favorite song this year. It is. Baby Lasagna is a lovely individual whom I've had the privilege to meet, who comes across as a genuine young man, and I love that he wasn't even meant to be in the original lineup at Dora 2024. And when I chatted to him a couple of weeks ago, it felt like he was still processing his journey from not even being a Dora finalist to being one of the favourites to win Eurovision this year. I admit my heart is really my head here because I really want a new country to win this year, and Croatia would make a great host country, I think. Even if it means I'm going to get sunburned as usual, I'll just spray on some more sun cream and I'll be grand. I can totally visualize Marco's face should he be crowned in Malmo, and it'll be fantastic to witness this in person. We haven't long to wait until we know the result, and regardless of what happens, Baby Lasagna is going to be an even bigger star in both his home nation and beyond, and we at Eurovision 365 are here for it. I want Croatia to win. There you go. I can't be any clearer, can I? I really do. It's the top of my ranking. Anyway, that's what I think. Over to you now. Thanks for sending in your thoughts, such as Michael E, who says Croatia can win for sure. That's one statement, that's one sentence, and that's it. And that is one viewpoint, but make sure to drop your own thoughts below. That's the end of this series, looking at some of the favourites to win Eurovision 2024. It's been fun, and regardless of who I personally want to win, I wish all the contestants the very best of luck. Coming soon will be the songs I consider to be the dark horses this year. Those nations not really being talked up, but whom I have a regard for and think will do way better than what might be predicted. Hope you stop by then, but thanks for watching this time, thanks for watching all the times, you're being amazing, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.